giant leap for mankind.
This is a CBS News special report. I'm Tony DeCopel at Kennedy Space Center, where we're about to mark the exact moment Apollo 11 blasted off 50 years ago. That historic NASA mission put a man on the moon, a milestone that will stand in the big history of humanity. On July 16, 1969, at 9:32 a.m. Eastern, a Saturn V rocket carrying the crew lifted off from launch pad 39A, not far from where I'm sitting. It was carrying astronauts Neil Armstrong, Michael Collins, and Buzz Aldrin. Apollo 11 was a defining moment for the country and one of the greatest moments in broadcast history. CBS News anchor, the legendary Walter Cronkite, played a key role in telling the story of that dangerous and unprecedented mission. Cronkite brought this historic moment to millions of Americans from this very spot.
Boring through the vastness, the blackness, and the cold of space, they'll carry the pledge made 8 years ago by President Kennedy to put a man on the moon and bring him back safely in this decade. The description of this mission, fundamental purpose.
I'm joined by retired astronaut Peggy Whitson. She was the first female commander of the International Space Station. She spent a total of 665 days in space, more than any other American. Whitson also completed 10 spacewalks during her career, the most by a woman. Good morning, Peggy.
Good morning.
So I'm sitting here thinking, wow, I have chills because Walter Cronkite was in this seat. You're thinking things differently because you've been out on that launch pad.
Yes, and I have chills because we're counting down on the time for the Apollo 11 launch. And it was so meaningful to me growing up in Iowa on a farm and watching the Apollo 11 launch and landing on the moon in particular was, I think, a very key moment for me, memorable to a 9-year-old who thought becoming a space explorer might be a really cool job. So I looked forward to that.
You know, the Apollo 11 was supposed to be the beginning of a new era of space exploration. Instead, in some people's minds, it ended up being a kind of end, because by 1972, the last American walked on the moon. They were canceling missions. What happened?
Well, largely it's money. A lot of it boils down to money and political will.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, those are very key elements of keeping our program going. We have done, I think, some tremendous things in the meantime that will prepare us for those longer missions, the ones that will be sustainable, where we will stay in lunar orbit or on the moon or go to Mars. I think these missions on the International Space Station are preparing us for that time frame, because we're going to have to travel in space for long periods of time.
We should remember, as we count down to this liftoff and we think about the future of space exploration, that it's no easy thing. There's a reason why there's a saying, well, it ain't rocket science. This is rocket science, and 18 people over the history of spaceflight have died in space exploration, 14 Americans, 4 from other countries. Talk to me about what's at stake when people sit at the top of a rocket like they do at that pad out there.
Well, it is an explosive event, and there are lots and lots and lots of things that can go wrong. But we have an incredible team of engineers and scientists who've designed, who've built, who've fabricated, who've tested every component. And by every component, it's millions and millions of components have to be tested.
How do you quiet the nerves when you're sitting there?
It's trust. Trust in the team.
Yeah? I've got the same here.
But there was so much excitement to be on the launch pad, to be getting ready to go.
You think we'll have that back again in the American space program?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah? Right.
We have to have.
And in fact, to renew some of that excitement, right now we're going to turn to that final countdown, because 50 years ago, this very morning, on a beautiful morning not unlike this one, Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins were atop that Apollo 11 rocket, Saturn V, and they took that historic flight. Millions of Americans watched CBS News as Walter Cronkite described NASA's final preparations. He was joined by spaceflight pioneer Wally Schirra, one of NASA's original 7 astronauts, and we are going to bring you those final 5 minutes uninterrupted as they originally aired, because you cannot improve on something as historic as this.
And it's just 5 minutes to the Historic launch of the Apollo 11 with all going well. Astronauts Armstrong, Collins, and Aldrin sitting there atop the great Saturn rocket in their command module, getting ready for launch. Here's Jack King in launch control.
Counting, Skip Chauvin informing the astronauts that the swing arm are now coming back. The astronauts will have a few more reports coming up in the countdown. The last business report will be from Neil Armstrong at the 45-second mark in the count when he gives a status on the final alignment of the stabilization and control system. We're now passing the 4-minute 30-second mark in the countdown. Still go at this time. Four minutes, 15 seconds. The test supervisor now has informed launch vehicle test conductor Norm Carlson, you are go for launch. From this time down, Carlson handles the countdown as the launch vehicle begins to build up. We're now hitting the 4-minute mark. 4 minutes and counting. We are go for Apollo 11. We'll go on an automatic sequence starting at 3 minutes and 7 seconds.
The engines that generate that thrust combined horsepower equal to 543 jet fighter planes. Their launch vehicle there weighs as much as the submarine Nautilus. They burn 5,662,000 pounds of fuel, the equivalent of 98 railroad tank cars of it, the capacity of a small town's water tank. Liftoff, the noise reaches 120 decibels and has been compared to 8 million hi-fi sets playing at once.
Neil Armstrong reported back when he received the good wishes. Thank you very much. We know it will be a good flight. Firing command coming in now. We are on the automatic sequence. We're approaching the 3-minute mark in the count. T-minus 3 minutes and counting. T-minus 3. We are go with all elements of the mission at this time. We're on an automatic sequence as the master computer supervises hundreds of events occurring over these last few minutes. T-minus 2 minutes, 45 seconds and counting. The members of the launch team here in the control center monitoring a number of what we call red line values. These are tolerances we don't want to go above and below in temperatures and pressures. They're standing by to call out any deviations from our plans. 2 minutes, 30 seconds and counting. We're still go on Apollo 11 at this time. The vehicle starting to pressurize as far as the propellant tanks are concerned, and all is still go as we monitor our status board. 2 minutes, 10 seconds and counting. The target for the Apollo 11 astronauts, the moon at liftoff, will be at a distance of 218,096 miles away. We just passed the 2-minute mark in the countdown. T-minus 1 minute, 54 seconds and counting. Our status board indicates that the oxidizer tanks in the second and third stages now have pressurized. We continue to build up pressure in all 3 stages here at the last minute to prepare it for liftoff. T-minus 1 minute, 35 seconds on the Apollo mission, the flight to land of the first men on the moon. All indications coming in to the control center at this time indicate we are go. 1 minute, 25 seconds and counting. Our status board indicates the third stage completely pressurized. 80-second mark has now been passed. We'll go on full internal power at the 50-second mark in the countdown. Guidance system goes on internal at 17 seconds, leading up to the ignition sequence at 8.9 seconds. We're approaching the 60-second mark on the Apollo 11 mission. T-minus 60 seconds and counting. We passed T-minus 60. 55 seconds and counting. Neil Armstrong just reported back. It's been a real smooth countdown. We passed the 50-second mark. Power transfer is complete. We're on internal power with the launch vehicle at this time. 40 seconds away from the Apollo 11 liftoff.
You can see the water deluge beginning in there now.
Pressurized. 35 seconds and counting. We are still go with Apollo 11. 30 seconds and counting. Astronauts report it feels good. T-minus 25 seconds. 20 seconds and counting. T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy, it looks good, Wally.
Clear.
Somebody must be leaving town.
Building shaking. Getting that buffeting we've become used to. What a moment. Man on the way to the moon.
Oh boy is right. What a moment. That is still the tallest and most powerful rocket ever built. And with that successful launch, the 3 astronauts aboard Apollo 11 began their historic ascent into space. 4 days later, because that's how long it takes to get to the moon, an estimated 650 million people watched from Earth as the lunar module touched down on the surface of another world. CBS News used a simulation because, of course, there were no cameras on the moon to capture the landing, but cameras were ready and rolling for the historic first steps. The audio was live from NASA.
Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
Roger, Tranquility. We copy you on the ground. You got a bunch of guys about to turn blue. We're breathing again. Thanks a lot.
Oh, boy.
Thank you.
You're looking good here.
Boy.
Okay, we're going to be busy for a minute.
Armstrong is on the moon. Neil Armstrong, 38-year-old American, standing on the surface of the moon on this July 20th, 1969.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
I think that was Neil's quote. I didn't understand it.
No, one small step for man, but I didn't get the second phrase.
History delayed there, if only for a moment. Of course, Neil Armstrong's iconic words were, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind." Peggy Whitson is back with me, and I'm joined now by CBS News space analyst Bill Harwood. Bill, when you're watching something like that, what goes through your head?
You mean besides the chills that go up and down my back? I really think about it in the context of history in general. You know, the historian Arthur Schlesinger once said that 500 years from now, the 20th century maybe gets one paragraph in a history book, and the Apollo 11 mission is going to be there. Yeah. It's a seminal event in human history, and we were privileged enough to be around, or some of us were anyway, when it took off.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah. You remember, that's why you became an astronaut.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It was inspirational.
So let's talk about the future of spaceflight. I mean, a lot of people say it's going to be in private hands. So, Bill, what is going to be that 21st century Apollo-like moment, and who's going to bring it to us?
That's a really good question. NASA hopes that they're going to bring it to the world with international cooperation and, as you said, with an increased emphasis on the private sector, commercial involvement. NASA's embarked on what they're calling the Artemis program to return astronauts to the surface of the moon in just 5 years. By 2024, they can certainly do it technically. The big question is, will Washington, the politicians, give them the money needed to do it?
It's always about the money.
It is.
Peggy, why does the moon still matter?
Well, it's, again, that further exploration. Exploration when we're pushing the limits, we're developing new technologies, we're learning new things. All of that gets applied back here on Earth. Yes, it gets us to the moon, but the important thing, I think, is going to be having a sustainable program in the future.
That is the next goal. And then Mars, of course, beyond. Thank you both very much for marking this day with me. We'll have much more on the 50th anniversary of the Apollo 11 mission tonight on the CBS Evening News. Norah O'Donnell will also broadcast from Kennedy Space Center, and she will anchor the CBS News primetime special, Man on the Moon, at 10/9 Central. And our historical coverage will continue on our 24-hour streaming network, that's CBSN. You can watch it at cbsnews.com or on the CBS News app. Now, some of you will return to CBS This Morning right at this moment. This has been a CBS News special report. I'm Tony DeCopel, CBS News, Kennedy Space Center.